Calimera, AEGEAN 600 race fans. I'm Dobbs Davis from Seahorse magazine, giving you a report here at 10 a.m. local time on Wednesday, the 10th of July. We're 68 hours into this race and starting off with a view of the race course with the wind applied. And as you can see, the Meltemi is still going strong here at the Olympic Marine facility at the shoreside venue. We, like yesterday, seeing gusts 20, 25 knots. It's blowing plenty hard here, and we're seeing the boats that are on final approach in the top leg of the course doing well. So let's focus on that a little bit, because there are some interesting things happening. First of all, these guys with the crowns are ones that are doing quite well in overall ORC and IRC scoring. Starting off with Artie. This is a boat from Malta, an HH42 Reichel Pugh design. They're going along at 12 knots, probably maybe too windy for spinnaker reaching, but maybe code 0 or some other reaching headsail. And they're making their final approach into the finish at Cape Suunyo. Right now they are leading ORC overall and leading in IRC2 and ORC1. So this team doing a fantastic job. We'll see what happens with everybody else, but they're coming in strong. And the other boat with a crown out here is Black Pearl. Black Pearl, it was up there in the first part of the race. It was up there with Volvo 70s going downwind especially. This boat was incredibly fast, but they've done an amazing job this race. So they have a crown for IRC scoring overall and first in IRC1. You can see they're maybe not setting the world on fire at 8 knots, but there's still good breeze. Wind probably just forward of the beam, so they can't get full power. But and the other reason, of course, is that as I said yesterday's show, they don't have their full race sails inventory, so they're using a smaller pinhead delivery main rather than the big high roach main that they would normally have. So that's certainly on this leg not giving them the performance that they seek. Yeah, so wanted to focus on those two teams. We're going to have a chance to see them soon. Another team that's done well on the course here is Lan Ale. These guys are leading in IRC3. I point them out as well as Red 2. Red 2 is a Udo Vrolik 43 that's going pretty fast, nearly 15 knots. And as you might remember from yesterday's show, this area of the course brought some problems to some of the leaders because of the lee behind this island that had some boats stopped here for quite a few hours. It looks like maybe there's a slight change in direction that's allowing them to not have as bad a lee, but we'll see. We'll follow these guys. And I don't see any wiggles in the tracks here of these boats, so they may have come through there without the same problems that the others have. So the other story for this morning is just looking at how the fleet yesterday eventually got free of the lee of Rotos and are starting to make their way up the course. But you can see by the big blue patches over here on the Turkish side, it's it's not much wind. And boat speeds 0.6 knots. Alaya, 1.6 knots. Aquanomus, 5.6 knots. So they've gotten out. In fact, you can see by their track, they did everything they could to get out and away from the coastline to get out back into the Meltemi, but they all have to leave Cost to port. So Antelope, where's Antelope? I did see them. Well, anyway, these boats, everybody has to still go back into the light zone over here. 3.5 knots, 4.2 knots. It's not very fast, but this is a mark of the course. So they've got to get out there, get back in, and then get back out to get breeze. These boats that you see extending out, I'm not in direct comms with the race committee, but anybody who's shown doing this could very well be retiring from the race, and it just hasn't recorded yet on the tracker. We'll keep monitoring that. So that's the situation for this morning. I'm going to do another show later today that's going to talk a bit about corrected times and how those are determined, and whether there's any hope for these guys that are slowing down out here, if they can still be in contention in overall scoring, because as you can see, there's some crowns out here on these icons, which means they're doing well perhaps in their class. But we'll come back to you with that story. So for now, I'll be signing off. I'm Dobbs Davis from Seahorse Magazine, and thanks for your interest in the AEGEAN 600.